Oh, hey there, Sheldon.
Oh, you alright, Harry?
Yeah, man. What have you been up to?
Oh, I'm just listening to a podcast. Oh boy, I wish there was a podcast that I could relate to as a young 22-year-old lad.
Well, maybe you should make it.
Yeah, but only if I knew someone studying media and could help me record. Welcome to episode 1 of How to Survive Your 20's, hosted by myself, Sheldon Cassidy, joined by...
Harris Redgrove.
We're both 20-something-year-olds. I'm 22.
I'm 20 on the dot.
Very nice. And in the upcoming podcasts and today, we will be discussing all aspects of our lives.
From job interviews.
Job interviews, to uni, to nights out, to girls, to boys, to everything. So please stay tuned and enjoy the show.
So, everyone's going to be sat at home.
Everyone. Me and you listening to this back. Why the fuck have they done
Your
this?
mum's going to be sat at home thinking, why is Sheldon doing this?
Yeah. Why is he disgracing the family name doing that?
Do you want to tell her why?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, all you need is 2 mics to make a podcast. We listen to podcasts, well I do anyway, more than music most of the time because it's, conversations are more interesting to listen to than having them sometimes, especially if they're more interesting than you. So we are more interesting than you, and you can listen to us have conversations about stuff.
It's anything, really. Anything that happens in our lives or happening in the world that affects us, really.
Yeah. And we should clear up the name How to Survive Your 20's is quite misleading. We have very little to no advice on how to survive, apart from every day try not to die and then you'll probably survive. But
it's pretty sound advice, to be fair. Sure, in like the big book of life advice, page 1, line 1 is don't die.
yeah, every day don't die and you'll survive. But yeah, we've got some stories. Hopefully, you'll have some stories and we can give you our advice.
Yeah.
Our advice would be not to listen to it mostly because it wouldn't be that good. But yeah.
Yeah, to start off, why don't we sort of say a bit about ourselves? So you're Manchester born and bred, aren't you?
Born and bred and butter.
And butter.
And studied at Manchester. Graduated last week.
Oi oi. In what?
In philosophy.
Less of an oi oi.
Yeah.
More of a
Why?
benefits. Here I come.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah. We'll see. One day maybe.
Let's think about it. Hey, philosophy jokes.
Yeah. Alright pal, what are you studying?
TV and radio. Media studies.
You'll be recording me on benefits.
Oi oi. I don't know what you're saying, oi oi.
Can't pay, we'll take it away.
I'll tell you what, that show's actually disgusting.
Yeah. It's not
Like,
great, is it?
I'm watching it and there's you're making money. Is it ITV Channel 4?
Yeah, one of those 2.
Yeah, or 5. One of them scum channels.
One of them.
I hope I don't try to get a job with them in the future.
Yeah.
And they're just making money off like people's terrible situations. Like you see them going to like an old person's house and they've lived there for 60 years. Their husband's died there. They've raised their kids there.
Yeah.
And they take them off because they can't pay like a $2,500 debt.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have got it in the first place.
Yeah, but sometimes it's for like really sort of menial things like I'm sure I've seen one where it was literally funeral costs for their late husband.
Yeah.
They couldn't pay it back.
Yeah.
And they had possessions taken away. I was watching it though, so I can't really say anything.
It's working, even though you're having a bad reaction to it. It's working. Have you ever watched the American version, Operation Repo?
No.
It's so good. They've got this guy who's like Dog the Bounty Hunter. You've seen him. He looks like Hulk Hogan, and it's the same thing. They go to people's houses who can't pay for stuff, but they end up brawling. So this one episode, there's a guy who bought a crossbow and he can't pay for it, so he has the crossbow and they go to get it and he shoots him. With it. It's great, honestly, you should watch it. I used to watch it all the time.
What's that on?
D-Max or something like that.
Right, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's so good, honestly. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great if you're that person. I think it's a bit scripted as well.
Yeah, it's the kind of field that Repo Man actually get shot with crossbows.
Yeah, but they do
It's
like
TV.
the early ones. I think they were legit, but they'd always have people like, "Oh, we're gonna take your car." Naturally, you'd be like, "No, you're not." So they end up scrapping, and then they take the car anyway.
Yeah.
But you've just got your ass kicked on TV. It's good viewing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
maybe,
was
maybe not old people not being able to pay for the funerals and stuff. That's a bit.
It's more depressing than.
Yeah. Maybe if they give them a crossbow. Yeah.
Paul tried to take Deirdre's TV, but Deirdre wasn't having any of it. She charged at him with a pole axe.
Skewered on Channel 4, Prime TV, classic.
Family television.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what? So right, we've spoke about me, Manchester born and bred. We actually met working at a cinema a
Yes.
few years ago. You're not from Manchester,
I'm not from Manchester.
as the viewers have probably gathered.
As I was, when I first got it, I would have said thank God I'm not from Manchester.
Yeah.
But I bloody love it here. It's a great city.
It's great.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm from London. North London, Crouch End, oi oi. Up the Arsenal. Get that in early.
Yeah.
And then moved to Brighton on the south coast. Well, Shoreham by Sea, if we have any listeners from there.
My mum's not from there. No, I'm sure we'll generate some
Yeah.
southern listeners,
Exactly. I am here to appeal to the Southerners.
as you are the pride of London.
I am the pride of London. I escaped without being stabbed up, which today is quite difficult, really.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Shoreham, I loved it there on the south coast. On a day like today, it is 27 degrees outside. Hit the beach on a day like today with barbecue,
Yeah.
football. Oh, that was the life.
Or you can hit a park here and drink dark fruit with all the local teenagers.
Yeah,
I know which I'd prefer.
exactly. Kids' playgrounds.
So what made you move down here then?
Up here, mate. We're up north.
Down up.
We're not down north.
Not if you're in Australia.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
you everywhere's up. We think about it.
The earth is round after
It's
all.
around
If you did a lap from London down, you would end up in the north.
in Manchester.
Yeah.
Not the most. Yeah, not the most sensible way to come up north.
No, but
Or
I wasn't
down.
wrong in saying it.
Some would say you are,
Well,
but
not
that's
really.
a topic for another
Yeah,
week.
another week.
Maybe
Talk
when
about
Josh is here.
Flat Earth, round Earth, long Earth,
Long Earth.
no Earth.
No, wait, what?
Well, I don't know.
Matrix. But anyway, yeah, so I moved up here. Of course, my dad's job came up here. High school up here. Made all my mates up here. Cinema, Sheldon, podcast.
Boom.
Simple.
Now we're here.
And now we're here telling you my life story, which I'm sure you're all excited about.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Captain.
And that would be the moth in my mum's kitchen, which I told you I'd left. Lying through my teeth I was. That moth has not gone anywhere.
That's why you need some cats. That's like the only positive to having cats is that they'll just hunt down all the vermin in your house.
Yeah, but then you have to sort of get about with claw marks all over you.
Well, you don't have to touch them. Leave them to their own business.
And they watch your shit.
Not if you shut the door.
Then they scratch at the door.
They're not that keen to smell you crap.
I don't know, I've seen your Snapchats, mate.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they are.
Sometimes I let them.
Sometimes.
But anyway, back on topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're a media student. This
I'm a media
podcast would be beneficial for your CV of media. That's one reason why we're doing it.
Yes.
The main reason being, we listen to podcasts, we enjoy them. We thought we're reasonably entertaining enough
As you can tell from the opening 10 minutes.
between both of us that maybe we could do one and people would listen.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's been quite sort of rigid so far, but once we get into it, we'll become more comfortable, open up.
It's episode 1 minute
Exactly.
10.
I've never really put myself out. Well, whenever I make media, I'm always behind the camera or behind the microphone. Fuck's sake. What?
Just do it.
The fucking moth's back.
We could leave this in.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah.
Professional.
Maybe when we're a few episodes in, I can monologue.
Maybe the door's open, you came back in.
quick update on what is currently happening next door. Harris's mum has shrieked. He's thinking something bad's happened. It's a moth. Harris the moth killer is on the job. It's a tiny monologue.
What are you saying?
I'm just explaining what's currently going on. You being a moth killer.
I just killed a moth. Didn't mean to. Tried to catch it and throw it out the door. Broke its wing.
Yeah.
You can't play with broken wings.
You can't?
You can't.
Who sang that?
James Morrison?
Yeah. And
Is it
some,
James Morrison? And
who's
some-
the lady? Good question. Yeah.
Good question.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So, we want to give stories. Should we tell a story?
Well,
rather than-
firstly, I've something to ask.
Okay,
Did you listen to the newest True Geordie podcast?
I have not.
So they had this gangster guy on, right? And he was around when the craze and all the other gang stuff was going on in London. And it sounds pretty sick, like everyone was like wearing suits, going around doing each other in, right? But the one thing that stuck out, and I don't get it, because I've watched loads of gangster stuff, and this kind of guy was like a hitman. He talks for so long about how they all have like ethics and morals. That they don't like harm kids or women, hold the doors open. They're like the consummate gentlemen, but they'll kill someone for not paying them something.
Yeah,
It just seems the most stupid thing to have. Like, you'll do everything well, but do you know what? I'll actually kill people, but we'll make up for that by being dead nice.
Well, to them it's a job, isn't it? And they don't see it as like they're going out to kill someone. They're going out to kill someone because they've done something. They don't go out and just kill any randomer. It's sort of like, if you don't pay your debts, you
Yeah,
die. The people who take the money know what they're signing up for. The people who entered that world know what they're signing up for.
Yeah, but it's not like the Batman going out to get Bane when they're like terrorising the city. They are criminals going to kill another criminal for not paying a debt.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying.
And
I
I'm like,
agree
it's
with it.
it's like the most hypocritical thing ever. It's just, I don't know.
Well, most gangsters are just morons, really.
Shout out to all the gangsters
Al
listening.
Capone.
Yeah.
He had an IQ of like 7 or something, and he died from gonorrhea.
Really?
Yeah, he had some sort of knob AIDS. Do you know what I mean?
Knob AIDS. As opposed to the other form of AIDS.
Oh, it's great. There's great stories towards the end of his life.
Hearing AIDS. Go on.
Christian AIDS.
Nice.
Yeah. There's great stories towards the end of his life. Obviously he had his massive fuck off mansion.
Yeah.
And he got his AIDS when he was in prison, I think. And when he came out, his brain just started to rot because of the AIDS.
Is it actually AIDS or gonorrhea? I'm confused.
I think it's. I don't know.
Is that what AIDS does? Rots your brain.
This AIDS did.
Right.
And he'd sit on the edge of a swimming pool and fish in his swimming pool.
Nice.
And like no one could say anything because he's Al Capone. You can't
No.
question the boss.
Oh yeah. I mean,
The
if
original
someone's
Scarface.
sitting on the edge of a pool fishing, they're not really a menace to society. I mean, if you're watching him fish in a pool and he's not killing people,
Yeah.
just let him do it.
Yeah.
That's fine. If it's like your granddad and you're like, oh, he's, that's not really right, you'd be like, all right, okay, let's go and see someone.
Maybe it's time to book a flight to Switzerland.
Jesus. Have you seen that film, A Short Stay in Switzerland? We had to watch it in RE. It's about, what's the woman called who plays Ron Weasley's mum?
Oh, what's her face?
Julie.
Julie Walters? No.
Julie.
No.
It was
Oh,
Julie Walters, isn't
Julie
it?
Walters.
Yeah. Anyway, and she looks after her husband who's got like some degenerative disease and he dies, and she gets it, and she's like, oh no, I'm not. I have to nurse him through it. I'm not living through it. And it's about her going to Switzerland to a Dignitas clinic, and it's just awful. And then you watch her take the pill, and she's laid on this bed and dying, and it's just grim. And we watched that in year 9.
Really charming. Well, in year 9 Spanish. In year 9 Spanish, our teacher showed us I think it's a Colombian film.
Yeah.
Because it was all in Spanish. It was about a teenage girl who got to escape from a town. She got involved in a drug cartel, and she was used as a donkey or mule, whatever they called them.
Oh yeah.
So he had to swallow down pellets of cocaine taken to America.
Mm.
And like it's really graphic. And one of her friends who was going with her, the cocaine pouch opens in her stomach.
Absolutely off its
Absolutely,
tits.
what kills her.
Oh right, yeah.
And it's like we're year 9, so what, we're 14. We're watching this.
And then the connections woman comes in, talk about careers. And like, there's good money to be made in muling. Free drugs if they explode. Although you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to AIDS.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Freddie Mercury. He had AIDS.
Allegedly?
No, he said it.
Oh,
the,
right, okay.
the
But
exact...
he was allegedly gay.
He was.
Yeah, but was he outwardly gay?
Yeah.
Everyone, no, I know, but everyone knew. But did he say it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then the exact 24 hours before he died is when he told people he had AIDS. So he'd had him for like 5 years, and everyone suspected it.
And then he dies after he says it.
Yeah, he says it he knew he was about to die. So one day he released a statement.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say conspiracy. He was murdered because he was gay. No. Anyway.
But anyway, my girlfriend's nan's brother-in-law is a homophobe.
Nice.
And racist, as most old people are. He's an actual homophobe.
Right.
Do you know who his favourite singer is? When he was growing up?
Freddie Mercury.
It's Freddie Mercury.
Classic.
And he never knew. He never knew he was gay.
But he's since discovered and now hates him.
He doesn't accept gay still.
How? Yeah.
But I mean, like, you've seen the video for I Want to Break Free.
Yes.
Like, he's hoovering his house and dressed as a woman with fake tits. And it didn't ring any alarm bells to this guy.
That's what you do when you're straight. That's
Yeah.
what you do. I mean,
he also died from AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a bit of a tell.
Yeah, there's good telltale signs in them stories alone. You'd think it would have caught on.
But he didn't. And it's just, her nan told me, I was too in shock to sort of reply. I was like, how could you not? It's like sort of not realising George Michael is or something. Not George Michael, the other one, Boy George.
Yeah. Well, George Michael as well.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, he wasn't as obvious as Boy George.
No.
Was he?
What's obvious about him? Like he wears makeup and stuff. Well, ahead of his time.
Yeah.
I went shopping with my girlfriend yesterday at a makeup counter, and there was a guy there with makeup on, and it looked sick. Yeah. So it's not that unusual now, but
Yeah, but I mean, like back in the 90s.
Yeah. I get that.
And Become a Chameleon is
Yeah, it's quite gay.
homoerotic.
Quite gay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
We're just
calling out the homophobes.
Exactly. You know who you are, sir. I doubt you can use a laptop to listen to this. I hope you can't. Because
It's going to be awkward
I
at Christmas.
quite like Ellen. Oh, I said her name. Shit. That makes it even easier to track it down. But yeah.
There's a new film coming out with George Michael, Freddie Mercury.
And it looks mint.
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah,
But-
that's good. Go on.
Apparently, the remaining band members, so Brian May, Roger Taylor?
You're asking the wrong
Roger
person.
Taylor, I think. Yeah, Brian May, Roger Taylor. They wanted, whenever people tried to make films about him in the past, they've always wanted it to be more about sort of, so Freddie's story, his death, and then the band overcoming it.
Yeah.
So that like they seem like the heroes and they're the protagonists of the film.
Right.
So they've always blocked sort of the films that really want to show how crazy Freddie Mercury was.
Oh,
Like
right,
Partying with Tigers and
Yeah.
like he had like 400 people in a hotel for his 45th birthday just before he died. And
Why did the band members not get on with him at the end or something?
no, they got on with him, but it's because it's like obviously they want
Don't want any
the
slander
limelight
on
as
him.
well.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
not
right,
slander,
okay.
it's that they want the limelight.
No, fair enough.
So however good this film's going to be, it could be 50 times better if we were allowed to see everything Freddie Mercury was.
Yeah.
What a man he was.
It looks good though.
It does look really good, and I love the way they like mix all the music in the trailers.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. But like, the first trailer was just the music, but the second trailer there's a bit where he's being touched by a guy like on the leg. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh. You think they might stay away from that?
No, they're gonna go in.
No, I'm saying
Sure.
good, but you think that'll be an easy thing to leave out because they don't want to sort of tarnish his reputation.
Well, I think the sort of one of the big talking points, his sexuality was always a massive thing in the news at the time.
Yeah.
The scum were always the scum. They pestered him for years about it. Every press conference he held, it was always, Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay?
Yeah, that's crap.
Yeah. So it's going to be a big topic of the film. His sort of relationship with the press. Because he's historically a very private figure. You only get a handful of interviews at
Yeah.
the time.
Fair dues.
Looks good.
Yeah.
And that sort of shows our interest in films as well.
Yeah.
Working at a cinema.
Well, I was going to ask, actually, go on later on to another film when we talk about what we've done this week, but I'll just talk about it now.
Go on.
I went to the Printworks yesterday to see The Incredibles 2
What a film.
for the second time. Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. I thought it was so good, but I just thought there was no real villain in it. Because if you watch the first one, that Syndrome kid, you kind of feel for him because Mr. Incredible sort of shunned him away, and then later on he ends up killing all the getting rid of him because he's dead bitter, and then sends these big robot balls to go and destroy cities, and then kidnaps a kid. In this one, they put a screen in front of people that hypnotises them.
Well, it's subtext, isn't it? It's all about the modern society being enslaved by their screens.
Yeah, but for the
It's-
purposes of me watching Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl kick someone's face in, it's not great.
No.
It's
Yeah.
for kids. Like, I get it. Like, they're trying to do
They're
some
trying to- they're
Darren
trying to do
Brown
commentary,
subliminal messaging. Get off
Yeah.
your screens because you're going to be hypnotised. But come on.
I did like the twist around the girl as the villain.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick to death of like films bringing in this rich businessman who wants to help
Yeah.
the good guys, but he turns out to be a villain.
Yeah.
So it's meant to see the actual.
It was the sister. That
It was the sister
yeah.
being it.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Sorry. Yeah.
But can we talk about Holly Hunter's voice?
Yeah, it's quite.
It does my absolute
Yeah.
head in.
I mean, after you said it and then I watched it again, it is quite awful.
Yeah. That was when I was younger. The main reason I wasn't a massive I like the first film,
Yeah.
but her voice just does my head in.
It's weird because it's like this Midwestern American, but with a like lispy, weird voice, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just like none of them sound like that. So I don't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. She's
I'm sure because she's in Batman v Superman.
yeah.
She doesn't sound like that in that.
No,
I'm sure she sounds.
she like rasps it up for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just I can't get opposed past it.
I mean, fair play to her. She's made money and it's an interesting voice. It's definitely
Yeah.
unique. Just like Bob Odenkirk's voice.
Oh, he's perfect.
He's
isn't
got
he?
a great voice, and like some people, you hear it and you know they are. I guess she's one of them, but
Yeah.
it grates on you after a while.
Bob
A little bit.
Odenkirk was born to play like
Soul.
Saul and like
Biz-
dodgy
Yeah.
businessmen.
Yeah, he's so good. He's
Yeah.
the guy.
He is.
Side story to this, and for anyone listening who hasn't worked at a cinema and wants to know how to get people to not sit near you without having to touch them or interact with them, got in the cinema, screen number 2, it's like the second biggest one in there, and I was sat nearish the back with a few either side, and it was starting to get busy, so I was like, right, I don't want anyone sat near me just because I don't.
Yeah.
Go on your phones, pre-book some tickets. I pre-booked 6, 2 in front, 2 behind, and one
Wow.
either side of us. Go to the pay menu, and it takes them off their tills for half an hour. No one was sat near me.
That's genius.
Yeah.
I've been at cinema 3 years and never thought of that.
Yeah, I just didn't want anyone sat next to me.
Because what I usually do, because we get complimentary tickets
Yeah.
as staff, I usually just book an extra ticket next to me. So
Yeah.
I'd be on one side, someone sat next to me,
Yeah.
and
That's,
then no one could sit there.
or you could
Yeah.
book 6 round you. and
Or I
have-
could book 6 round.
you could literally have nothing around you. No one kicking you back, no one in front, so you can stick your feet on the seats.
Yeah.
Great idea. And for all you listeners, that's free of charge.
And-
Advice.
There we go. Like we said, advice.
There you go. Surviving your 20s by not being sat near anyone or any pirates in
Any
The
pirates?
Incredibles. People pirate in the film. Are they not pirates?
I don't think they're actual pirates.
What's piracy? Pirates? If I was a pirate,
I'm picturing like
if I was recording a film, I would want to be known as a pirate.
Would you have an eye patch?
Maybe.
You'd have,
Yeah, why
to be,
not?
you'd have one
I
eye
mean-
shut anyway, 'cause you'd be looking through the
Yeah,
camera.
exactly. That's why the pirates.
Because they have one eye shut.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
And you might have a pirate.
So
at home.
everyone with only one eye is a pirate.
Yeah. You might have a prosthetic limb.
Mm. Oscar
Imagine that
Pistorius.
if you had one leg and you record a film, you are a legit pirate.
Yeah.
Legit. Oh my god, that is great.
That's not a career for you though.
It's not a career, but part-time pirate.
Speaking of careers though, new job
Yes, for
You
both
know-
of us.
for both of us. Yes,
Yeah. Well, happily leaving the cinema after 5 years.
I'm not.
No, it's going to be fun without me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just graduated uni, so thought it was about time I stopped working closes and 3 shifts a week and got a 9 till 5
Nice.
doing pensions.
Jaegers on you then.
Jaegers on me. Maybe wait a month till I get paid. I'm still on the
Yeah.
cinema wage at the minute.
Still
But yeah.
nice.
But yeah, new career should be fun. See how it goes.
Good
Can
on you.
report back as when I start in a few weeks' time as to how it's going.
Good on you.
What about you? What's the? So yeah, we didn't actually finish the talk about the interview.
Did we start speaking about it?
Maybe we didn't.
That might be in the last record.
Oh
If you haven't guessed, that's the first one. This is like the 7th recording of this. So a bit confused, but yeah. So I've got a new job at MUTV. I say job because I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. So it's
always good.
yeah, it's going to be camera operating, sort of in studio shows. I don't know if you watch any.
Yeah, well, watch the YouTube channel, which is MUTV as well.
Yeah.
It uses that.
So I'll do in studio. I'll also hopefully be doing some stuff at games maybe.
That's good.
And then they said I've got like chances to move up and direct stuff in the future.
Cool. And is that every weekend?
No,
Ah,
it's here and there every other weekend or so.
so that's why it's not a yes. Let's leave the cinema jobby.
Unfortunately, no.
We're saying like yes, let's leave the cinema. The cinema's a great place
That's
to work
brilliant.
if you want to work there. But I've worked there for 5 years. That's a bit too long. Karis has been there a long time.
Almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
But we've met, as you said in your notice, lifelong friends.
Did you read
I
it?
read your notice,
Oh,
mate.
I thought I'd cheese it up a bit because keep 'em sweet. Might need a reference. As if you read it.
I
You
read
showed it, yeah.
Oh, let's take it off. No one showed it me. I'm
No.
not naming names. We work at View, Cheat Cheshire Oaks.
No one will ever find Sheldon who works at View. I'm sure there's so
left
many. of
around
them.
this time.
So yeah, I said thanks for the job.
Thanks for giving me
I've
the
made some
opportunities.
lifelong friends.
Yeah. I'll miss you all.
What's wrong with that? Cheesy.
Bit cheesy.
Yeah, it's true though.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh. It's just going to be say every week.
Yeah.
Spewing shit out.
So every now and then, will you not be doing? It won't be the first team you'll be doing, would it?
No. You'll be under 18s, under 21s, reserves, women, that sort of stuff.
Home and away.
Hopefully.
Wouldn't that be every weekend?
It would be, but there's a big pool of people
Oh.
picking from.
Just do well and then.
Yeah, that's the idea. They seemed impressed with me until I started
Talking.
actually, like, yeah, basically. I made a couple of jokes and they just did not land. Because they sort of asked me about myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you have a part-time job? Yeah, I work at the cinema. And sort of at the end, they asked me what I'm up to this weekend. I was like, working, yeah, working at cinema. Oh, Incredibles, Mamma Mia 2, am I right? What?
Yeah.
The guy, they just, yeah, it didn't go well. Fell on deaf ears, that joke.
Well, I've got a similarly horrific story about my interview.
Please tell.
Spoiler alert, or maybe not spoiler alert. Warning, big warning sign. It's a bit grim, right? So, anyway, one of the questions was like, name a time when you've included other departments in sort of to achieve a goal. So I said at uni we had to do presentations on like different topics, one of which being quite controversial topics like abortion, euthanasia, and then I was thinking like, what I was going to say, FGM.
What's FGM?
Right, that's exactly what the woman who was interviewing me said. She was smiling. Just imagine this, right? I'm in a suit being interviewed for a pretty good job, and I've just dropped the FGM bomb, and she sits there smiling like, oh, this is going really well. He goes, what's FGM? And I just think to myself, I should not have said this. And then I went, oh, it doesn't matter. What is it? I went, female genital mutilation.
You did.
I'm not even joking.
Fuck's
I'm
sake.
not even joking. But to be
I can't believe you said that at a job interview.
yeah, right, okay. But that was what the presentation was about.
But you don't need to bring that up.
Yeah, well, I realise that now. And I got the job anyway,
As
so
it
it
was
doesn't matter.
especially as a woman interview.
I said, yeah, alright, I realise that now. And I said, yeah, don't include that. She's like, yeah, well, that wasn't something good to say in an interview, was it? And I was like, oh. But like the like crux of the story was I didn't know anything about it, and that's quite a serious issue.
Yeah.
So I had to like involve other people, like other professors and stuff, in it because I needed some help on keeping it respectful.
Yeah.
Which it was, and I did achieve the goal of doing a presentation. It went well, but yeah, never drop the FGM bomb in an interview because it doesn't go down well.
Apparently not.
No. Well, I got the job. Maybe do it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Shock 'em.
100% of the interviews I've had, including FGM, I've got. So.
How did FGM come into your cinema interview?
Yeah. Well, all right. Maybe 50%.
Should we move on from FGM now?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's a bit of a.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
I can't think of a pun.
I
don't
mean,
really think of a pun, really.
Don't think of a pun. Yeah, it's quite gross. Right. So moving on from FGM interviews and The Incredibles.
Yes, please do.
What other than your interview have you been up to this week?
Got back into the gym for the first time in months.
How's that going?
I'm regretting every minute of it.
Yeah.
So I went in on Tuesday to do leg day.
Nice.
And then played football in the evening. And the days after that weren't fun.
No, I bet
No.
they won't.
Especially when you're in work on your feet for 7 hours, 2 days in a row.
It's
I
pretty good.
couldn't walk.
Should we tell them your reaction when I came into work yesterday to hand in my
Oh
notice?
yeah.
I walk in, hand my notice in, and then turn to my left and see a massive corridor full of stock that has to be put away, and Harris led on the floor panting because he couldn't carry the frigging Sensations boxes to the cupboard. Yeah.
It wasn't so much the sensations, it was like the 17 boxes full of milk and milkshake mix.
Leg day should have helped you on that. Maybe you should just do leg day at the cinema.
Well, that's why I didn't go to the gym yesterday.
Because milk day.
Milk day.
Fair enough. Yeah, I need to go to the gym. I'm going on holiday in like 3 weeks with my girlfriend's family, and I like a melted bin bag.
Where are you off to?
Spain.
Spain. Is this the same family where you threw up in the bar?
It can't
Should
get
you tell
much.
that story?
You can tell it if you want.
So, I think you should probably lead it.
Yeah, I should probably lead it. So, I don't know when this was. I've been away with them a few times, to be fair, and they've seen me at my lowest points. So I guess
And
me
they
being
are low.
I'm guessing me being fat isn't the worst of them, but we went out one night in Portugal, and I'm quite thrifty on nights out, especially when there's absinthe involved, because they are cheap and it gets you quite ruined. So I had like €10 left. Absinthe shots were €2 each. 5 shots.
Oh, no.
Will not have to drink the rest of the night. Get 5 shots, right? Drink 3 of them, like, bloody hell, like, that was a bad idea. 4th one. 5th one, the guy gets a lighter out, sets it on fire. No, wait, sorry. I drink the 5th one. I'm like, right, this is grim. He gets his lighter out, sets the air inside the shot glass on fire. That's, if there's a sign to not drink something, it's when it's not there, it's still flammable. He sets it on fire, right, and then smacks his hand over the top of the shot glass, and it just like has this vapour. So he's like, breathe that in. And I was like, smash. I was like, no, go on then. Breathe it in, inhale, exhale, chunder all over the bar. And he just looks at me like, what is that? And I was thinking, you just give me 5 shots of absinthe, 70%. Yeah. And then threw up in the toilet, and then threw up at their house.
But the fact that you're still with
Yeah.
your girlfriend, and I'm presuming family still accept you? Well, you're going on holiday with them, they must
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
Promising.
Yeah,
They have to be outdone this holiday.
exactly.
Maybe they're just impressed
Shit
that
on
I'm
their
not
bed.
dead. You know, if he shit on the- Yeah, maybe not. You see, it could, like, he's got an incredible retention of absinthe.
Exactly.
That's impressive. He's probably not
Well,
going to die
he hasn't
anytime
he
soon.
chunted it over
Yeah, well, yeah, true.
Actually, speaking of absinthe, there's a tip for you. Absinthe is like God's nectar.
Yeah.
It's the devil's nectar, really.
Yeah.
It's not good,
Satan's blood.
but it does spice a night out up.
I'm sure our listeners, if they are surviving their early 20s or late teens, will be gearing up to go Magaluf, Zante, Kavos, Absinthe is in all of them. Nice. Absinthe is at them all. Try it, but yeah, it will ruin you.
Don't do drugs, do absinthe.
It's probably more dangerous than drugs.
Yeah.
Your liver will be black. My liver's probably, and kidneys, fucked.
You've had fun?
It's been worth it.
Live fast, die young.
Saving on nights at Fifth that were £1 drinks anyway by drinking absinthe at pre-drinks was worth losing a kidney for.
Exactly. You can always replace one.
Yeah, you
Or
can.
both.
Yeah, or just get rid.
Yeah. Who needs kidneys when you have absinthe and Fifth?
Very true. So the gym, what else? Is that pretty summarise your week? Work, gym, interview?
Work, gym, football interview.
Nice.
Yeah, saw The Incredibles. Saw Skyscraper.
Mm.
Shocking film.
Yeah. What was it? Did you see the thing today? But The Rock posted on his Instagram was like, shocking. Skyscraper is a box office hit. It's like anything that guy touches is money, but it's shit.
Like The Rock's sick as always,
Yeah.
but the whole point of Skyscraper, like his character in Skyscraper, is an ex FBI agent,
Right.
special forces, and he loses a leg in a conflict or something. So he has a prosthetic leg the whole time, and yet they never do anything with it. It's just a generic action film.
But he's just got a prosthetic leg as a talking point.
But it's not a talking point because they do nothing with it.
Well, it is because we're talking about it.
I don't know. I'm talking
Oh,
about
for the film, yeah.
Yeah, because if they had like one fight scene where he doesn't have it on.
Does he kill anyone with it?
No, he blocks a bullet with it at one point.
For fuck's sake.
I think that happens.
That is incredible. You know, if
But-
something like that's happening, I remember watching the trailer for it with my dad before we went to see like Solo or something, and he had a prosthetic leg and he was putting it on, and you don't see anything on it, and I said to him, he's gonna kill someone with it.
Yeah,
100%.
he might beat someone to death with it at one point.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, if you have someone with one leg, you have to put them in a situation where that
Hinders them
yeah.
or influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he jumps off a fucking crane into a skyscraper. Oscar Pistorius can't jump off a crane into a skyscraper, even if his girlfriend's on the other side of the window.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's
Maybe could you not? You've seen the guys run at the Paralympics with them though.
Yeah.
They look like the horse legs. They got some spring in them.
Yeah, he got some spring in him, but no, this wasn't like a blade. This was just a metal piece of
It's
metal.
like a pole with a
With a
little
shoe on the
stump
end.
hole on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a Clark's shoe on the end.
Mm.
It wasn't like a blade thing. They're cool.
Yeah. That
And
girl
blades
from
was.
Kingsman's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Sword leg.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Really, really cool.
Shout out to Hotel Artemis woman.
Sophia Batuli? Sophia, the French woman.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
I saw her on Hotel Artemis this week as
Hotel
well.
Artemis.
That was good.
It was
I
okay.
liked it.
I thought it could have been so much better. Have you seen the trailer for Bad Times at the El Royale?
Yeah, no.
It looks like a better version of it.
Right.
It's sort of a hotel. I think it's on state borders in America,
Yeah.
and loads of people are it's sort of Hateful Eight. People are
Oh, cool.
forced into it by bad weather,
Right.
and then the story goes from there. It's out soon,
Wicked.
and that looks like it could be a better version of what Hotel Artemis could have been.
See, I didn't mind it. I didn't like Jodie Foster that much. I thought
quite
she was a
like
bit jittery, which I know she was supposed to be, but I don't know. I just didn't like her
She was
character
one
that
of my
much.
favourite parts of it.
Batista's got to be the best part of it.
Well, Batista's the best part of everything.
Yeah, he's just a god. I mean, it says a lot about WWE when two of the hottest actors at the minute are both
Yeah.
WWE stars. It's so scripted.
Oh yeah,
But that's a story for another day.
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, fun week for you. Do you want me to
Not
tell you about
really.
my week?
Yeah, go on. I'm sure it's more interesting
It's
than work.
definitely more interesting. Had the interview, like I said, handed in my notice, which was incredible. No pun intended, because I went to see The Incredibles after.
Hey.
Yeah, that was great. Went for drinks in Manchester last week, actually, to a place called Dirty Martini,
Dirty Martini.
known by the winged lights that
Yes.
everyone on Earth has a
Every
picture with.
basic white girl has a profile picture of that. And
Right.
Sheldon, so
Yeah, so basic white
Basic
girl.
white girl.
Yeah. Which leads me into my next point.
Hey.
Introducing my girlfriend to Queer Eye.
Oh, what a show!
It's incredible.
What a show.
I introduced it to you as well.
You did introduce it to me?
Have you watched it all yet?
No. I'm still only watched the first 2 episodes.
Is that it?
I haven't been watching stuff
You
recently.
can't love it that much. I watched it all in 2 days.
Alright, well, sorry. Some of us clearly need more of a makeover in their life than others.
Some of us need full-time jobs, that's why. I
Yeah.
don't see much Queer Eye. Started to dress myself better.
So if you don't know, Queer Eye, it's a reboot of a mid-noughties show where 5 gay guys go to like some random straight guy who's sort of les.
Not always straight guy.
Not always straight, but usually straight.
No.
What
Just
the original
people-
series it
Oh,
was.
right, well, I don't know, but... Oh, what's the original series called Queer Eye?
It's Queer Eye, it was a different cast of people.
Right.
And they'd go in, because it was all about like gay men coming in and fixing up straight men.
No, maybe, yeah, right, that might have been the old one. This one, they've got quite a varied people, but go on, sorry.
Yeah, and they go in and they just sort of make over their lives, so they change up their hair, their style, their house, their diet, they're just their lifestyle in general.
Yeah.
And it's really good because you always see like 60-minute makeovers for houses. You see
Yeah.
like the makeup stuff for women, but you never see one for men.
No, that's true.
And it's really refreshing and really nice to have one for us.
Well, yeah, although we are unique, I would think that I don't think a lot of straight men necessarily would think that's for me.
No, maybe not.
But
Is it?
it's so good.
Yeah.
I would definitely live a shitter life for a year, go to the pits just so they come and sort my life out, because they're sick.
Yeah.
Especially Jonathan,
Which one's Jonathan?
the long-haired one.
Fucking hate Jonathan. Jonathan's too much for me.
He is a bit too much, yeah. The black guy though, he's
Sad.
legit. You've got a bit of a thing for the guacamole guy,
The
haven't you?
guacamole guy's got a beautiful smile.
Oh.
He just does like the corners of his mouth sort of
Oh, right, okay.
pitch up, and it's just like, oh, just
Cute.
really, really lovely.
Out of all of them,
He's someone you could take home to your mum.
Yeah.
If you're listening to Dear Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mrs. Cassidy. I feel weird. I've never met her, really.
I always say that you need to come round, and she says, "Oh, the only time I've met him, he thought I was telling him we're going to tell him off at uni," and I thought, yeah, it's probably not the best foot to get off on.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went out or something, and I was in a state at home? It might have been my birthday actually.
Yeah.
And then you went into uni, and you were just. She saw pictures of me, and you just like lying on the street or something. Yeah, incredible.
Like,
right.
yeah.
Out of all the 5 Queer Eye guys, who do you think is single?
I don't know. I reckon.
Who do you think is the least like a gay person would go, nah, they're... Well, this might not be the reason they're single, but my interpretation is easy on, pal.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
He's single.
Yeah.
Cool.
just thought,
How'd you find that? Like, why'd you know that?
don't know.
You've done well loads of research into these guys.
No, to
haven't
be
you?
fair, I googled them because I wanted to know if they were rich, like if they were famous before they went on it. Because the Asian guy,
That beautiful. No, that's not the beautiful.
no, the guy who does the clothes, he's
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
he's
He's-
like got a really big clothing company.
He's quite big over here. I'm sure.
Well,
seeing
yeah, he's
stuff
from
over
he's
here.
from
Yeah,
over, he's
yeah.
from like
Well,
Dorset
he's
or
from, like,
Doncaster
He's from
actually.
Pakistan originally, I think.
I think his parents are.
Yeah.
But so I googled them, and then a website came up like, see the boyfriends of the Queer Eye cast. I was like, yeah, go on then, why not? And yeah, Jonathan's single, and the black guy
Feel
is
bad
married
for
to
him.
like this old white dude who looks like my granddad. And I was
Is it your
like,
granddad?
he's peng. Why would you know?
Is it just another old guy who doesn't realise he's gay?
Who? The old.
Old.
Maybe he's just his pal. and
That's
he's like,
called a callback. Have you noticed? So we're 2 lads. We're sat here by ourselves with one mic. We spoke about 5 things so far. I think 3 of them have been homoerotic in some
Yeah.
way. That says something about us, doesn't it?
Are you trying to get at we're gay?
I'm trying to get on you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to chirp you.
Yeah. Maybe we should bring our girlfriends on next episode
Yeah, just to.
just to cut the tension.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What have you got? What have you got on there?
Well, yeah, my week just consisted of the drinks, interview, notice, Incredibles Queer Eye.
You know what's worrying?
What?
That sounds like a really shit week. And yeah, it was still
That's
10
probably
times better than mine.
that's probably the busiest week I've had in so
Yeah.
long, and I did 4 things.
Next week should be interesting. Because we get paid on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We both just got new jobs. We're getting fucked.
Yeah. Definitely. That'll be a good story to tell.
Yes.
We'll have to. I feel like now, because we're doing this and we want to do a lot of them, we're gonna have to like choreograph some horrific situations happening for the purpose of telling them on the story
Yeah.
on the podcast. So like, oh no, I've
Like
fallen off
that
this.
time you accidentally sniffed cocaine.
Yeah, that time. Yeah. Maybe not this week, but oh fuck, what was I going to say now? Yeah, so like after a night out, we always do stupid shit anyway, and it's always en route to Mackey's.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
just have to like swan dive off a monument or something and break our neck, and I'll be like, coming to you live from Wythenshawe Hospital. I'll be like, oh my god, this episode's so good.
Well, for anyone watching this on YouTube, I'll put over a couple of the videos of our walks to Mackey's.
Yeah.
Such as the infamous Tropicana Boogie Bomb.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was amazing.
I don't know how that didn't go viral. Maybe because we didn't post it, but
Maybe because it's pretty shit, really.
yeah.
Could be better.
People appreciate effort.
Yeah.
It was crap in a not professional way,
Yeah.
but it was good in a we tried hard.
Exactly. A star for effort, B minus for execution.
See.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Barely a pass. Maybe an A. Do you remember? I think it was like 2 nights out ago. So
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
so 2 days ago. We threw a bottle and I was like, alright, I'm gonna pretend it's a bomb. So you threw a bottle and like it exploded and I just launched myself across
Oh,
the
yeah.
pavement.
That was to do the impulse grenade.
The
on
impulse
Fortnite.
grenade, yeah.
Didn't you hurt yourself doing that?
Oh, I fucked up my elbows, man. I just threw myself like
Did
full
you?
force onto concrete. I don't know what.
No one recorded it either, did they? Did they record it? It just looked really bad.
Yeah, I think Joe missed it all.
Yeah.
Joe was the third member of our triumvirate of fifth avians.
Yeah, and just general pathetic.
Mess of a man.
No, not him.
Oh, right.
That's a bit harsh.
Oh,
I'll tell him that you said that.
We're all pathetic messes
Yeah.
of men.
We're like the podcast version of the In-Betweeners. If the In-Betweeners if people didn't like the In-Betweeners.
Yeah, and they were less funny.
Yeah,
Because we'll just reference in between as most of these shows.
definitely.
I'm honestly amazed they didn't introduce this show with "Good day."
Good day. I am a man who was bought a house.
In the local neighbourhood.
Right. What's going on in the world? This might be a short segment today because we've got some incredibly hilarious stories to tell you. They're not really.
Don't hype my story up too much.
I'm joking. We'll go for what have you got to... Have you got anything else to add? What's going on in the world that you think is particularly fucked up right now?
Particularly fucked up.
Well, in this case,
It's what was
definitely is.
one man really, isn't there?
One man on a mission
To
to
fuck
the
up
world up.
Donald J. fucking Trump.
The Terminator 5, Donald Trump.
Did you see his tweet to the Iran president?
Yeah.
It was like,
I don't know whether it's banter or not.
It's
it's
not
not banter, but it is because it's so stupid.
yeah.
Like that can't be real.
Could you imagine Hitler like texting the president of like Poland, like, "Hello, I was invading you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you there."
It's so weird. Like it's surreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you think like.
Yeah.
Have you got it? Do you want to
I'll
read
get
the
it out.
tweet for those who haven't already read this? This is the President of the United States tweeting the President of Iran.
Yeah. Keep talking. Yo, Mr. Chamberlain, I'm not going to invade Poland. JKS.
Yeah. We'll be closing down all the camps this weekend. Lol jokes, overtime. See you later. It's just mental. He's not removed it, has he?
No, he won't have removed.
Did you, the ones he was sending them to Kim Jong Un as well, wasn't he? Got
Well,
my
honestly-
finger on the button, like he's.
Honestly, I hate Donald Trump and everything he stands for. But what he did with North Korea has actually worked really well.
Right, okay.
By threatening them, they've sort of taken down all of their nuclear.
Yeah, but he
systems
goes
and stuff.
about it like unless he's
But
some
it
like
worked.
completely like this. Him tweeting Iran is like in 10 years we're like, what a genius.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right now it's not looking that great.
It's not looking
Like the
good for
Chemical Brothers, my finger is on the button. About to nuke everyone in the fucking world. But go on.
I
read
reckon
his
on
tweet.
his last day in office is going to be Dave Dodgy. He's going to release a nuke for the Bants before signing out. Drops the mic onto the nuke button.
Yeah. I'm not fucking leaving.
Bye-bye, Vladimir. Anyway.
Right, go on.
To Iranian President Rouhani, never ever threaten the United States again or you will suffer consequences the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious. Hashtag I'm so random. Ew, hashtag.
Hashtag Bants. Hashtag thoughts, food for thought.
Hashtag follow for follow.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's mental. I mean, I'm not really that well tuned with politics since I left sixth form, but what's the deal with this Iranian guy? Is he like threatening them, saying he's going to bomb them or something?
He basically chatted shit about America. He didn't say he was going to threaten him, he just chatted shit about Donald Trump.
He probably deserves it, but go on.
Well, yeah. But
that's quite a big response to, he said a few fibs, alright, we're going to obliterate your country.
Like no country has ever before.
Yeah.
Like, bloody
yeah,
genocides have happened. What's he going to do to him? Over, like, from a tweet? Anyway, that's not my biggest problem with Donald Trump. My biggest problem with Donald Trump,
go on.
he doesn't believe in global warming. Whilst we're sat here in 27-degree heat.
I know. It was 96 countries have all, I think it was last week, all recorded the hottest temperature ever on the same day.
Yeah, there was a great picture. It's like there's a map. There's like a heat map of the world from 10 years ago. It was like the UK heat wave. It was like, what's the difference? The UK heat wave 10 years ago, it was just the UK had a heat wave. Everywhere else was pretty normal.
Yeah.
This time, everywhere's in heat wave at the same time.
It's mental, isn't it? Does that mean everywhere's going to be colder in winter?
Yes, technically. Because it's not global warming, it's climate change.
Yeah. So everything's more extreme.
Yeah, it's just extreme weather.
Right.
But according to Donald Trump, it was invented by the Chinese.
Just
as a way of controlling American fuel emissions and stuff.
Yeah, there's some crazy theories about different stuff. When I was doing RE at the GCSE or philosophy, I don't remember which one it was. I watched a documentary by a guy called Richard Dawkins, well-known atheist, and he goes to like the Bible Belt in America, and he's talking to people like creationists who believe that dinosaur bones were buried in the earth for us to find to reinforce the fact that God isn't real because it's not mentioned in the Bible.
It's scary that
it's
people
just like
exist.
Right, we need to talk about Sacha Baron Cohen's friggin'...
Oh, yes.
What was it called? What's the show?
Who is America?
Oh my god. If you've not watched this, go and watch it. The end bit with the gun... The
kindergarten
senators of America and, like, delegates, they're like, oh, we should arm our 3-year-olds because it's not guns that are the problem, it's the people holding them. And it's like, Jesus Christ. And you can see him in the background, Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen, the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, keeping a straight face, and it's like he's struggling right now because he realises he's just got absolute gold on camera. That is incredible. Like, people are so stupid, and these are the ones running the country.
Heads, shoulders, not the toes, not the toes. Is a nursery rhyme that it was a gun advocate, wasn't it? It was like a head of
he was a member of Congress, though. I'm sure he was. Yeah.
He was a good member of Congress. He's singing a nursery rhyme for kids to remember where to aim at people when they're shooting them. Heads, shoulders, not the toes, not the toes.
One of the things is like we teach kids. We have these training programs from 3+ because 1 and 2 that's stupid. Like, come on, a 2-year-old with a gun, that is the most ridiculous thing. But 3, give them an assault rifle and teach them how to shoot people, and that'll stop gun crime. Apparently, if people know how to kill people better, that'll help.
His reasoning, like Sacha Baron Cohen's character, was word 3 and 4. They don't know who they're shooting. They're shooting when you tell them to. And they're like, yeah, of course, man. Yeah, that makes sense.
Proper buddying up about it. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh my.
Well, I think my favourite part was when they went to a congressman, and they said and he was saying like, you want me to advocate a gun protection program I have nothing about? Like, yeah. It's like, generally speaking, senators don't approve programs they haven't read up about.
Yeah.
Cut straight to the next scene. As a senator, like 5 senators all approving this program. I approve kindergartens.
It's great. Watch it. Is it on every week? I feel
like we've missed it. We've missed the second episode.
We'll talk about that next episode. Yeah. Hopefully, there's some more juicy political propaganda.
And we didn't even mention the prison art he painted with his own shit and spunk.
And got a sample of the woman's pubes from the art gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch it. Let's not go into that one. I feel like we can't do it justice because it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just the most crazy thing. I do like him, to be fair. Some of his stuff, like Bruno, I didn't like that, but...
No. The Take Two was great when you're 12.
Yeah. Ali G's funny.
Ali G in the house.
He did a, do you know, like, they have these celebrities that do speeches for, like, graduating...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He did one at Harvard as Ali G.
What, man?
Guys made it. Amazing.
Which looks like this, the tutors are sort of sat there, have no idea what's going on, and the kids are loving it. Well, kids, I say kids.
Is he? Where's he from? Is he from London? Is he English?
He's English, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently,
He's married to Amy Adams.
Is
Or
he?
was married, yeah. Fair play.
This can all be brought all the way back to the start of the podcast. He was meant to be playing Freddie Mercury. And
He would make
apparently,
a good Freddie Mercury.
yeah, and apparently he can hit the same notes almost as well as Freddie Mercury does.
Why didn't it happen?
He wanted his, well, he wrote the script as well, the screenplay,
Right.
and like Brian May's band didn't want it,
No.
as I said. So yeah, he pulled out of it, and now we've got the
This guy though, who plays the
Rami
mummy in
Malek.
Night at the Museum and plays Mr. Robot,
Yeah.
he looks like creepily like him, doesn't he?
yeah.
And that's not even like that much prosthetic. It looked like they've got a teeth piece or whatever
Yeah.
for his jaw,
And a
but
bit of the eyes been done.
yeah, but like it's when he's got the mustache and the short hair, it's like
Yeah.
whoa, creepy.
Yeah.
Right. In keeping with the name of the podcast, How to Survive Your 20's, we thought a good segment that could be recurring, maybe not every week because our lives aren't that interesting, that crazy shit like this happens every week, but we could give you examples of embarrassing moments or stories where we can give advice on what would you do better now
Yeah.
or not do for our listeners.
What we've learned.
What we've
in our
learned from
short
these cringe-worthy moments.
Yeah, you can go first because I think you have a couple, don't you?
I've got. How many have you got?
I've got one.
Right, I've got two.
Right, take it in turns.
Right.
I'm ready for
I
this.
want to set the scene for this.
I've been waiting for this all week.
Right.
I'm as excited as you.
My-
5 people out there are.
My two stories, and probably maybe if I do some other stories, tend to centre around my bottled job nature with girls when I was younger. Right, so first story. I was in school, probably year 8, year 9, and I used to fancy this girl, right? I'm not going to name any names. And one of the mates asked me out, and I was like, yeah, she was reasonably, like, she was good looking. And I thought if I got with her, I could get close to the other one, right? So,
Of course.
backstory to this: I play ice hockey, so I can skate. So she said, "What do you want to do on Friday? We'll go out." I was like, "Oh, we'll go ice skating. I can show off because I can skate and she can't. Whatever." She brings all of her friends, right? So I'm there with about 7 or 8 girls,
Oi, oi.
lads.
Yeah.
Right, and I'd been to like parties before, and this girl was like experienced tonsil tennis player. Like she was Wimbledon final. I'm Wii Sports amateur. Like never kissed
So,
anyone ever.
Tonsil tennis.
Tonsil tennis, yeah. All right, whatever.
What?
Kissing people, snogging them.
Okay.
Right.
I've never heard tonsil tennis before.
Have you not?
No.
There you go.
Fair.
Hopefully our viewers haven't. They've just learnt something.
So
as well.
tonsil tennis is what?
Tonsil tennis is snogging someone.
Tongues.
Tongues, or just
That's why it's tonsil tennis.
yeah,
Should we
just
go
tonsils.
tonsils?
Right. I'd never kissed anyone. At this point, I was like 15, 16, late bloomer, whatever. Ha ha ha. I'd seen this girl do it, so I was like, right, I know she's defo going to try it. And I was like, yeah, right, the longer I can stay on the ice, the better, because then that never happens. The moment comes, we get off the ice, go down this little gully where there's a fire exit, and she goes for it, right? The song playing, I can remember it now, like, it was Owl City Fireflies, remember that song? Oh my god, I can't listen to it anymore, it's horrific. And she's there, right? She's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, fuck, why am I in this situation right now? She goes for it, we're leaning in closer together, and then last minute, it's all slow motion, I just bottle it, and hug her. Right? Hug her, and then she just looks at me like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, oh my god, what have I just done? I walk down the end of this gully towards the ice rink. Her friends have formed like this tunnel of death. There's like 3 on each side, and they're all looking at me, and I'm walking to the ice just like head down, like, well, fuck this. Get on the ice, do a lap, get off at the other side, take my skates off, put my shoes on, and run home. Like, just walk home. Like, we're done. Like, I'm not coming back from that. So that's a Friday night. Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Forget about it. Get in school on Monday. I'm like, wasn't in my head. I see it and I think, oh fuck. All the friends come up to me and were like, what happened with you? Nothing, I don't know what happened. Oh shit, I just said a name.
Well, bleep it. I'll bleep it.
Yeah, she's like, what happened? I was like, nothing. She's like, oh, well, she told us what happened. I was like, fuck's sake, they told everyone. I just look like an absolute wet lettuce bottle job. Yeah, embarrassing.
So what would you have done? Just served up your tongue and played tonsil tennis?
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel I don't know what it was like with you when you kissed someone for the first time, but
Do you know what's funny? The first person I kissed up here,
yeah,
I asked her out in the exact same spot you're speaking about.
at the ice rink.
Down that little.
No
thing.
way, did you? Fucking hell, that's weird.
There's like a couple of benches down there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, she asked me out.
that is so weird.
Yeah. Broke up for 3 days later.
Well, at least it lasted. She asked me out on the Friday. Well, I asked her out. Done by Friday night.
Yeah, mine was. So we went down on the Friday. Went down on the Friday. We were sort of skating together.
Yeah.
I knew she sort of had a thing for me. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Went out. So, but it was a weekend, so we never saw each other.
Yeah.
She texted me a couple of times. I texted her a couple of times. Going on Monday. I went to play football at break, and then her friends came and dragged me back over to her. It's like, you've got a girlfriend, you have to spend time with her.
Fuck that, been together a day.
Exactly. Snogged her a couple of times. Tonsil tennis.
Yeah.
Tonsil tennis her.
How old were you?
Year 10,
Oh,
year 9.
okay.
Year 9, year 10.
Yeah.
At lunchtime, I went out to my mate. I was like, because they were closer than we were. Because they were actual mates. So like, break up with her for me. I'm going to play football. I want to play football.
Break up with the phone.
So this is the Monday.
Incredible.
So we'd been together the Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, broke up on Monday.
Yeah.
Which isn't my shortest, actually. Broke up with someone after half an hour.
I've got a similar story to that. I'll tell you that. Well, anyway, the advice I'd have for me or anyone in that situation is, I was 16 or something, which a lot of people my age already, my friends have been like snogging people, and it's not like you're having sex, it's just a kiss.
Yeah.
But I shit myself, like the thought of doing it, I was like, oh my god, bottle it. And then, yeah, ended up happening, but I might have been too young or whatever. Maybe don't do it, or just do it and get it out of the way. If I'd have done it, I wouldn't have been scared about it.
See, my first kiss, I don't even remember the girl's name.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, so
Someone you don't know, because when it's crap,
yeah.
you'd have to see.
Do you want to should I tell the story of my first kiss?
Please do.
Okay. So, as I said, I used to live down in Shoreham. So, after I'd been up here a couple of years and went down to see my mates, and I went to an under-18s club, the best of places.
Nice.
And my mate's dancing with his girlfriend, who was a very attractive girl.
Oh god, it wasn't her, was it?
No.
Sorry, carry on.
It was her friend.
Fair enough.
Less attractive. A lot less attractive.
Always the way.
So I spent, so we were probably in the club for like 4 or 5 hours. I spent 3 of them in the corner on my phone to my dad, like texting him about football and stuff. Cause
Yeah.
I think it was the same time Van Persie moved to United, I think.
Right.
I think, but we were talking about Van Persie, that's what I remember anyway.
Yeah.
And then they called me over, was like, do you want to dance? I'm like, okay. So we started dancing. And then she's like, do you want to kiss? Like, nah, I'm okay. It's like, go on. They were all legging. I was like, okay. So we started kissing. And then for 5 minutes after that, his mum was coming to pick us up. So like, yeah, I'll see you around. Very bolted. Never got a name, never nothing. Got in the car. So he was my best mate at the time.
Yeah.
He was my best mate's brother's ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
Did you ever meet him?
Oh yeah, his brother's son was his brother.
No, it's alright then.
We told him that night. He's actually 3 years older, so she was an older girl.
Lad.
Yes.
Respect.
Don't know how she was in an under 18s club. She was probably 17, I was 14 or 15.
12? Yes, she was a bit older.
Yeah, got home. She whacked me off with some clogs. Pissed out my arm.
Is that your embarrassing story?
That's not my embarrassing story.
That's quite that's a good story. If you were 13, 14, I think my first proper kiss was when I was like 16 or 17. Proper kiss was with my girlfriend that I'm still with, so
nice.
It's either really cute or what a loser.
Well, I've only got off with 3 girls.
Yeah.
One of them being my current girlfriend, and 2 coming before that.
Yeah.
But my embarrassing story, it's not really embarrassing. It's more like advice on what not to do in this situation.
Okay, go on.
Which is when your girlfriend says she loves you for the first time.
Oh, brilliant. Go on.
So we'd been together a good few months.
Yeah.
And we just sort of spent all day together when she was going home.
Yeah.
And as she was leaving, she accidentally slipped it out.
As you do.
Yeah. It was
It's
more
something
like,
that comes up in conversation all the time.
it was like, as we were saying goodbye, she accidentally said, "Love you."
Love you, right?
I just laughed. I just laughed in
laughed.
her face.
Wow.
I just absolutely pissed myself. I just laughed out the house. I was like, "You said you loved me."
What a nerd.
Yeah, basically.
Cute.
Yeah, and so it's not really
How was
embarrassing.
what was her response to that?
Her response was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh God." She took it really well.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. She took
You
it
are
really well.
lucky, yeah. She's a...
Because I only laughed because I didn't know how to respond. Because
Yeah,
I wasn't ready to say it.
fair enough.
But I can't really go like, yeah,
Yeah,
so I just
no.
laughed.
Better response.
Exactly. But I feel like if it happened again,
Yeah. Or if you're giving advice to people who might be in that situation that want to say it.
don't laugh.
Yeah, don't laugh.
Say, I don't know honestly, I don't know what to say.
It's
Still.
what if you don't feel the same way?
Because I do now.
What would you say? Well, you'd say it back, surely.
We'd say it back. If you feel the same, say it back.
Yeah.
But say I love you more. Because you always got to win.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd say in that situation. Like,
Yeah.
I love you. Cheers.
Give her a hug maybe. Don't say anything. Just hug her.
Just
kiss
say,
her.
"Oh, you're cute. Oh, thank me." No, you don't say thanks.
No, you can't say thanks.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You tell us.
Yeah.
Unless-
What should I have done?
How should Harris have handled that situation better? I mean, it worked out well. So
It worked out. We're still together.
do you want to hear my second? This is I probably started on the best one.
Oh, go on
And
then.
the first one, I don't think I did it justice. It was super embarrassing. But
Oh my
anyway,
god, it sounded
the second one,
disgusting.
right? I went through a phase of like 2 years where I had girlfriends for like a month or a few months, and I don't know why I bothered. Lad now. And
So
so one of my friends from hockey, he had a girlfriend and she had a friend. So I was like, I was hanging around with them and then ended up talking to her or whatever. And she was nice, she was good looking. So we went out. She was a year older than me at the time, which I think is a big thing for a girl because girls are like more mature than boys. Like I'm not mature now. I'm 22.
No, you're not.
No, but girls at like 17 are like a man at 25.
Sounding a bit noncy.
Mature wise, not like go for it wise.
Okay.
Anyway, go on.
Not for everyone.
Went to the cinema to see Insidious maybe or Paranormal Activity, and I hate them films.
Yeah,
like
you
I
do.
am a massive shithouse when it comes to them. And I remember speaking to my mum about it before, and she'd be like, "Why are you going to watch it? Like you hate them films?" I'm like, "No, I'll be all right. I'm with my mate and with this
I
girl."
want to get in her pants.
No. And
Yes.
went
Yes.
to this film, and it was actually at the cinema we work at before we worked there, and yeah, it was the worst experience of my life. I mean, they were screaming, so that sort of masked the fact that I was like cowering away, curled up with my hand over my eyes. And there's this one scene, I don't know if you've seen Insidious, or maybe one or two.
I hate him just as much as you do.
There's like this scene right where the pan on the dad, who is the same guy who plays the ghost hunter in The Conjuring,
Right.
looks a bit like Michael Keaton.
Looks like Will Arnett as well.
Yeah. There's a bit where he's just sat there, like looking at the TV or something, and then behind him, this like weird demon jackal thing comes out behind him slowly. But it's one of them, you don't notice it until it's there, and you're like, fuck, shit yourself. That scarred me for months, right? So the story goes, we watched the film, and they're all laughing after, like, haha, that was dead good. And I'm like, yeah. Called my mum, like, can you pick us up? Because I'm not fucking walking home, it's dark. And she picks us up and she gives her a lift home. We get to a house. We pull up at the house and my mum, like, she always takes the piss out of me for this. She gets out, she's like, oh, do you want to walk me to my door? And I'm just like, no. Not a chance of getting out of this car. She goes to the door, never talks to me again. Like, that's it. Get home that night. I'm sat at the sofa, like, back up against the wall so nothing pops out behind, like, crapping myself, and in bed with the light on. And my mum's there, this must have been like 1 or 2 at night. She was banging on my door, and I was like, yeah, she had a great time. But yeah, more incompetency with women.
Your mum sounds like a lad.
Yeah, she is. She's great. Not if you shit in your pants and she knows how to wind you up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sounds like a right laugh.
yeah. We'll watch.
Anything
We'll watch it, and we'll let her be part of watching scary films, and you'll see how much of a laugh it is when you're getting shit up when you're about to cry.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, my advice to my younger self or anyone in that situation, which probably doesn't happen, is don't go to the film or go and see something else.
Yeah, if a girl actually likes you,
Yeah.
she'll go with you to any film. It doesn't have to be a scary one.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah. I think that when I was like 16, 17, I don't know if it's the same now. It was kind of the thing. You go to a scary film with a girl, and it makes you look like you hold.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to get in with them because they're scared. You're like, oh, I'll put your arm around them
Yeah.
or whatever. Mate, I needed their arm around me.
Yeah.
Shit in the
Like
pants.
Will in the in-between.
Yeah.
It's past like popcorn dash on you by 12-year-olds.
Stop it! He doesn't like blood. It's honestly, that is legit the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that, innit? You don't go to sort of love films or
No.
romantic films. You go to horror films where like the boyfriend gets stabbed and killed
Yeah.
by some demon.
Well, I did learn from that. My girlfriend now, the first film we went to see was Die Hard 4.
Nice.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
And then Batman, Superman, or Superman, Man of Steel.
See, our first date nearly ruined us. We went to watch Allegiant, which is the Divergent. You know, the Divergent
the
series.
sequel.
It's the third one.
Alright.
So in preparation for it, 'cause I liked Ellen.
Yeah.
Like I watched the first two, hated them, but I thought I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
Allegiant was possibly one of the worst films I've ever seen, and we had a whole IMAX screen to ourselves to watch this shit show of a film. And it was just like, because you sort of, my idea is if you go on a date, everyone says cinema's a crap date, but I think it's really good because it means you can go and you have something to talk about afterwards.
Yeah.
It was
And you
that-
get free
And
tickets.
you get free, was Odeon, so
Oh.
with IMAX at Odeon.
Yeah.
But it was that crap, I couldn't speak about it with her. Because there was nothing to speak about. I was like, yeah, that was shit.
Yeah.
And that was all we could speak about.
Would
for
she
it.
really like them?
She really liked the first two. I think she agrees with me,
Yeah.
just to sort of agree with me. I think she probably liked it.
I've not seen them. Isn't the guy in them the one who snorts poo in the in-betweeners films?
Yeah.
It's just not great casting from the get-go, is it?
Ed Screen, isn't it?
No, he's the one in Deadpool.
Yeah. Wait, who's that? What's his name?
I don't know what his name is.
But yeah, he's
it's
the
the
one that's
poo snorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more embarrassing stories? I'm trying to think. I've got so many.
I think we should probably save them for future weeks. We
Yeah.
can't blow a load early. So,
So. is that
advice.
true? Yeah.
Week 1, advice. First one, serve up your tongue.
Yes.
Don't laugh when your girlfriend says she loves you.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
And
Never
It's-
go and see a scary
yeah.
film if you're of a nervous disposition.
it's okay to
Cry.
yeah, it's okay to cry.
It is okay to cry.
Because as I was told at Leeds Fest, hang on, that's gave me some great stories after I go to Leeds Fest.
Yeah.
I went to Leeds Fest a couple of years ago whilst I had a crush on a girl,
Right.
and I couldn't sort of. She got a boyfriend like a couple of weeks before Leeds. And
Was
we
that,
went.
why was that your plan? Was to get her at Leeds?
No,
and-
well, she wasn't. She didn't come to Leeds.
Oh, right.
But we were speaking with this. It was like just me and my mate. It was the only two of us that went.
Yeah.
And there was these sort of like 30-odd geezers next in the tents next to us. We were having a chat with one of them, and he gave me some wise words that I want to leave you with today.
Please enlighten us.
A shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on.
Wow.
This has been How to Survive Your 20s with me, Harris Redgrove.
And Sheldon Cassidy.
Take it easy, lads and lasses.